Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Priska Agnolo, and welcome to NMH at 1 as we review the resumption of daily newspapers following the Easter weekend holidays. Let's get started with our COVID-19 update. By last Saturday, Namibia has tested almost 337,000 people for the virus, with an average of 1,256 new tests per day over the last 7-day cycle for which data is available. The Easter weekend showed a decline in the number of new cases. Namibia's recovery rate stands at 94% and the fatality rate at 1.2%. Over the last 7 days, another 25 fatalities were attributed to the sickness, pushing up total deaths to 538. Last week, 1,213 people were vaccinated at a rate of 300 per day. The vaccination rate for the 6 days before that were 176, so an increase is being recorded. The number of persons in quarantine also started to decrease substantially, with 986 entries and 1,339 exits recorded at these facilities over the last 7 days. Countrywide, just more than 1,400 individuals were still under supervision, with 1,980 active cases in either formal or self-isolation. And now we move on to a quick advert, and we'll be right back to introduce the video segment for today. In our first video news story, SWAPO Party Youth League Kavango East Secretary Ansel Marungu expresses disappointment following the 0.6 total fishing quota allocation, which was recently announced by the Fisheries Ministry for the region. Kenya Kambowe submitted this clip.
We are very much disappointed. We are not happy with the whole process. Whatever happened, we are not happy. Kavango East region being declared, not only Kavango East but also the West, being declared or regarded as the poorest regions in this country. And it's a fact because the statistics are there. Namibia Statistic Agency have, the records. So, being the poorest regions, our expectations were, in terms of the fishing quota, that maybe the regions will get something, but we got nothing. A 0.6, a mere 0.6% is nothing for us. It's nothing, honestly speaking, it's nothing. And we are not happy because look at what's happening now. People are laughing at this region because we are always left out. We are always left out in everything. There was recently there were appointments of ambassadors. None of those came from this region. We have now a 0.6 in terms of the fishing quota allocation. And we are saying we are not happy with this. It's too much. It's too much. And we are appealing to the top leadership to look at this issue and help the Kavango people.
Following a tragic fire in September, Lucia Joel, a Luderitz pensioner, lost her house. Today, she stands in a brand new 3-bedroom house built for her by MTC Chief of Human Capital, Tim Ekanjo. She expressed her gratitude for the gesture. Elizabeth Joseph was there.
In September of 2020, Lucia Joel lost her house in a very tragic manner. The house with everything inside burned down. Lucia not only lost her house and everything inside, but also her brother. She says that although she was broken and confused, she knew that God had a plan with her life. Not short after, Tim Ekanjo, MTC Chief of Human Capital and Corporate Affairs, built her this beautiful blue house and with everything inside, including a headboard, beds, dining table and chairs, a fridge, a stove, television set, lounge suite, as well as a geyser. The house is also fully equipped with cupboards and everything inside. Lucia just wanted to extend a warm thank you and regards to the family who helped build this house.
In our third video, residents of Okalongo decided to try their hand at fishing after large amounts of rain was recorded in the area. Although they are not always lucky, they try to look for fish at least 3 times a day. Tunehole Mungomba was there to take a look. And now we move on to our Namibian dailies. Namibian Sun reports that the family link between Defense Minister Peter Villo and President Hage Geingob will be tested today when the two of them meet over Villo's undisclosed offshore bank account in Hong Kong. Villo was handpicked as a presidential appointee last year to lead the defense ministry, but is facing growing pressure to be removed from his current cabinet position. Republican reports on the meeting at State House today, where the Minister of Defense has been summoned to explain why he did not declare a 6-figure overseas bank account as part of his assets. With regards to the bank account held in Hong Kong, the Chinese embassy in Windhoek have declared the Asian country's commitment to support and cooperation with Namibia in regards to criminal cases and investigations. Besides shedding light on the political happenings at State House, Allgemeine Zeitung also reports that at least 5 people have died in road accidents countrywide over the course of the Easter weekend. These include 3 of the 7 passengers of an SUV which overturned near Okanja. The Namibian sheds light on new documents submitted to the Anti-Corruption Commission, which allegedly show how former Minister of Justice Saki Shangala instructed a fish-rod lawyer to fund SWAPO politicians, as well as President Hage Geingob's party campaign. The email correspondence and bank statements were included in attachments to an affidavit provided by lawyer Maren de Klerk to the ACC. The newspaper also reports that the Namibian diplomat accused of killing her 2 minor children in Ethiopia during December last year arrived back in the country yesterday and will likely appear in court today. New Era leads with State House's denial of the international media agency Al Jazeera's article over the weekend, which published claims linking him to the fish rot scandal. The presidency maintained that there was no evidence linking the head of state to corruption in the fishing sector, while also highlighting that Geingob has acted swiftly in removing the accused ministers from cabinet. And moving on to the inside pages of the country's dailies. MarketWatch published statistics from 2019 and last year, which shows that landlords are forced to settle for less in rental payment for their properties due to oversupply of rental properties and more bargaining power possessed by tenants. The Zone profiles two young entrepreneurs who have launched the country's first mobile foam car wash service, offering pickups and drop-offs to clients. The Namibian reveals the concerns regarding the state of a temporary COVID-19 quarantine facility for truck drivers, which was set up east of Walvis Bay last year. However, since the lifting of the state of emergencies, amenities such as portable toilets, a bathroom, running water, and a clinic have been removed from the facility, where more than 100 mostly Zimbabwean and Zambian truck drivers are forced to sleep in the vehicles under dreadful conditions. New Era quotes the RDP Member of Parliament Mike Kavekatora's warning in the National Assembly last week while contributing to the national budget. Kavekatora said Namibians' national debt situation has become unsustainable and puts the country at risk of going bankrupt. He criticized the allocation of government spending and points out that if South Africa had closed its borders completely during COVID-19, Namibians would have starved to death. According to Republican, 7 aftershocks were registered in the wake of an earthquake measuring 5.6 on the Richter scale, which hit an area approximately 97 kilometers northeast of Korigas on Sunday. 2 dedicated international websites have called the earthquake the heaviest ever recorded in Namibia. No deaths, serious injuries, or major damage have been reported from the area. The Allgemeine Zeitung reports that the Ministry of Health, through its immunization program, had vaccinated a total of 2,094 people against COVID-19 so far. The ministry's national director, Ben Nangombe, says the aim is to achieve a herd immunity by vaccinating 60% of the population, which comes to about 1.5 million Namibians.
If you're feeling how I'm feeling and you know I won't stop, all we gotta do is take our love to the top. If I got it and you want it and you'll never let it drop, all we gotta do is take our love to the top. I will ride for you, baby, even die for you. When I'm loving you, but my heart don't stop.
Moving along with the inside pages. Namibian Sun reports that NBC staff have refused to stand down on its intentions of a nationwide strike. According to the newspaper, NBC employees have so far voted overwhelmingly to go ahead with a strike, with 316 votes to only 9 against the planned strike. A workers' representative says the decision to pay bonuses to managers at the end of last year has provoked them into action. And that is it for today, Namibia. Thank you so much for tuning in to NMH at 1. I've been your host, Priska Agnolo, and do stay tuned for the weather as well.